Okay, and we are back for map 7 of Spectrum. This is probably the largest map, Underworld. So here we are in the start room. Nothing much you can do except go press the key, which reveals a plasma gun and lowers these two pits so that you can now exit. Now I'm pretty sure last time I did the map I went that way, so this time I'm going to go this way, and that's pretty much the entire reason. One way that this is a bit different from other maps that give you that choice of where to go is that most of those other maps the choice is a fairly short-term one. And once you've made it, you can always choose to go back and go a different way. That is not the case with this map. Once you've picked a direction, you're fairly much committed to it for a while. They will, of course, eventually connect up. They all do have to go to the same place, after all. You will need to reach the exit somehow. But there's a couple of different sort of areas where you can get a long run for, basically. And those barrels are quite deliberately set up to allow you to kill some guys with barrels, because that is always fun. Okay, so you can see in there, you can see obviously this stuff down here. This is the blue door, can't get in there just yet. One thing that I've done quite a bit of this map is used block sound lines, so that as you advance, more and more areas start being able to hear you and take action. Which is why you can get monsters popping up out of your sight, or popping up behind you unexpectedly like that. Trooper just did to me. Now I'm pretty much at full, so I'm just going to hose that guy down with some plasma rifle. And we can come back up here and grab some ammunition before we carry on. Now there is a secret here. You may notice, although this light is flickering, this particular wall, the light doesn't flicker. That is because there is a secret here. You can pick yourself up a backpack if you don't have one already, but you know, it is map 7. Unless you're playing Pistol Start, you probably do have one. And as you may have guessed from the fact that there is both a blue and a yellow key in this room, this is a room you'll be visiting a couple of times during the course of the map. Clear off all those monsters, pick that up. Oop, didn't want that. So there's plenty over there. So just deal with this guy quickly. So this, yeah, is a key kind of room you'll spend a lot of time in. Going too close to that end will open things up and release a bunch of monsters. So we'll wait for a second with that, because I have another secret to show you. So if I can stop being interrupted by Pinky's inspectors, that is. Who put all these monsters in here? So you'll notice that there's a little peak on these pedestals. That is to allow you to wall run up to here, which lowers that. Allows you to pop around here, and may as well show you now. As you can see, reasonably substantial map, fair bit that we have not yet explored, obviously. Now I think I will clear out this end of the map first, because really, why not? As you can see, there are going to be plenty of monsters coming out to join us over here, and also probably time to pick up one of those green armors we've seen around the place, given that we're down to 28% armor at this point. So let's yoink that. Deal with this Carcademon. Grab one of those. And you'll see over there there's a teleporter and another backpack. But how do you reach it? You're not going to be able to jump that. Well, there is a secret over here. I'm not going to make it with that run. There we go. So maybe not the most obvious thing, but if you look carefully, that one wall not quite aligned, there's a bit of a lip on it. There's a teleporter in here. But we are now, given that this is a yellow door, as pretty much as far advanced as we can without managing to open one of the key doors. We've got yellow and blue to find. So, oop. So given that we've got a plasma rifle and plenty of ammo, and more available, let's hose down some bad guys that way. Wait for this fellow. So in here we've got another yellow door up there. And a switch. So what does the switch do? The switch lowers this elevator here. Will this release monsters, do you think? Of course it will. Not a massive number, but a few. And as you may have noticed, there's not a lot of health on this map. But we now have a yellow key and a couple of different ways that we can make use of it. Which way will we go? Well, sure. Let's go this way. It's nearer to us, after all. As with other maps in the set, and as with sort of the opening choice of this map, I have tried to make the two choices fairly equivalent in terms of their payoff. So there's not while the gameplay is certainly not going to be the same in both directions, I've tried to make it that you won't, having gone in one direction, think, wow, I really got shafted by that choice. That, at least, is the objective. Okay. So, there is a secret in this particular level, or particular part of the level. You see all of these gargoyle faces in the lava. One of them doesn't have a gargoyle face on the back. That is a secret, but it requires paddling in lava, which is why I think on every difficulty setting except UV, I have provided oh, that's inconvenient. Really would have preferred you not to turn up right now. Anyone else coming? Okay, no, let's try that again then. Okay, so it lowers that. So basically what you have to do is do a better job of rushing that, basically. Ah, bugger. Didn't make it. And now being inconvenienced by bad guys, so we'll probably not bother. There is a blue armor up there if you make the run, as you can see. My health situation is looking a bit flimsy at the moment, but there's some stuff to pick up in here to kind of help out a bit. And a secret there that we can pick up momentarily once we have dealt with this pesky fellow and his equally pesky friends. Right. So, there's some ammo in there. How do we get to it? Well, if you look at all of these, you notice that this one is a different fire texture. And so that is a secret there. Now, if some very annoying person got lots of monsters coming in here, you bet some very annoying person does. Now, one thing you may notice is that this area has kind of been set up as much as possible to allow monsters to kind of move fairly freely. That teleporter there, by the way, goes to the teleporter on the other side there, rather than really getting you around anywhere particularly interesting. Just yet. But what is obviously interesting around here is that there is a Soul Sphere supercharger up there. We'll be wanting him, won't we? Thank you. Hit scan code. So there's a handy thing you can do here, which is pop down, pick up this med kit. And then whip around this way. I'm trying to get my health up as close as possible to 100 before I go and grab that supercharger, as you might imagine. So, notice the misaligned wall? That's because there's a BFG to find. That could come in handy at some point, I think. And we're back up here. Another thing that you can do, if you're better at this game than I am, is jump across there. Oh, for goodness sake. Incompetence. Total incompetence. It's amazing how when I'm not recording, I don't have any trouble with things like this. I'm sorry, Mr. Lost Soul, but you are on the other side of items, so you can't actually charge me. But you'll see with this map, there is basically a constant trickle of... finally. And again, it is possible to leap back. Constant trickle of bad guys on this map just coming along to ruin your day. From the teleport traps and the like. Now, it's possible to slalom over there to grab the ammo over there. I don't need it at the moment. It's not considered a secret, so I'm not going to bother. It's just, you know, that you can parkour. Now, speaking of parkouring, that is in fact what you have to do here to get onto that. So you parkour to here. If you're lazy like me, then save, because this is not obviously the world's easiest jump. But again, if you look closely, you can see this is indented. Drops down. And bang. But we still haven't found what we actually came through the yellow door for. Which... is a way to get to the blue key. Do you think that maybe, of course, releasing the blue key is going to lead to lots of monsters appearing? Yes, it is. So there it is. Do that, and look at that. A whole bunch of monsters immediately come out, and a whole bunch of monsters start coming out over there. And, of course, that will not be the end of it. By any stretch of the imagination, they're going to come from every which way at this point. You can probably hear that happening, in fact. And obviously sometimes, like these poor pinkies, they're going to path to a teleporter that doesn't really give them much opportunity to actually hurt you. But that is far from certain, shall we say. And you'll see there's all these bits and bobs where monsters have popped out of cupboards and teleporters and the like to keep you busy. So I'm trying as much as possible to clear up as many of these guys as I can, because let's face it, if I don't clear them up now, they will doubtless turn up at the worst possible moment as I'm trying to clear out other stuff later in the map with the blue door, and generally cause me grief. So again, two options with the blue door. There was one over there, and there's one over here. Again, last time I played, I went through that blue door, so this time let's go through this blue door. Yeah, trust me, this is another one of those places where... So as you can see, this is the area that we were looking into earlier. So we cleared it all out, right? Well, no, not exactly. So this map makes a fair bit of use of pop-up monsters, so monsters that are hidden in the floor so you can't see them. But, you know, in keeping with my feelings about the matter, those monsters always pop up while they're out of your sight, so that you never actually see monsters just appear out of thin air. Because that annoys me. And because I knew that was going to happen, I will kill most of those monsters that are behind me. But yes, obviously very easy to get bushwhacked there by a pincer movement of monsters as you deal with what's in front of you. This mob can come out and basically make your life a bit difficult. You may be able to hear that there's a lot of monsters around. Hello, can I have my rocket launcher? Thank you. So you can see both blue doors open when you open one, so that allows monsters to move around more freely. So it's all about giving monsters the opportunity to pincer you here by doing that. Pretty straightforward kind of thing. And then just here is just letting you in. So we're pretty low on armour at this point, so conveniently I'm not too far away from the very beginning of the map, where I left an armour behind. So we'll pick him up, and we'll go back through here. So you can parkour up there and onto there. It's not a secret, it's just so that you can pick up that shotgun. I have a thing about ammo that you can't reach these days. I wasn't always that way inclined. So here's an example of monsters popping up, but you can't, as I said, see it happening. But basically, in addition to all these teleporting fools, and there are quite a lot of the teleporting fools, it should be said, a whole bunch of monsters popped up in the end room. And as you can see, these monsters are still able to come out in all kinds of different places on the map to try and create a situation where you can't just happily sit somewhere and be confident that absolutely no one can get behind you. Because monsters will continue to pop out at all of their, all of these various different teleport spots. Trying to get that shotgunner. He keeps hiding. There. Yeah, and a lot of it's just small fry, but it's small fry that will gradually plink off your health if you let it. And or it's spectres who will creep up on you. And refuse to die. Right, I need to adjust my mouse mat, which has gotten into the wrong position. Right, so just cleared a lot of monsters there while backing up a long way. But showed, like you constantly getting pushed back by the monsters there because there's no kind of safe place to sit. Monsters kept coming out behind me. 5 key on my mouse, on my keyboard. There not being a 5 key on my mouse, obviously. Might be on its way out. barely shooting. By me, not by him. He did alright. So yeah, as I said, biggest level, most monsters, quite a lot to kill. And you are likely to run into ammo trouble if you don't find secrets or make fairly good use of the chainsaw, or actually not the chainsaw, because I don't think I even give it. You know, one of the things that I did with this map set is not really give out chainsaws, so you might need to use infighting rather than chainsaws. Somebody over there shooting at me. Somebody over there shooting at me. For goodness sake. Auto aim, please. Thank you. Now I know I'm about to head into some fairly dangerous stuff again, so I'm going to take the opportunity, because there's the exit, I'm going to take the opportunity to yoink as much as I can. Right, and if you didn't find the secret BFG, here is the non-secret one at the end of the map. Right, so basically one of the advantages of having designed the map is a memory of what nasty things you've done in it. Ability, therefore, to not get caught by surprise by the nasty trixies. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I categorically remember every trap that I ever put on a map, because, frankly, I don't. And I've been caught out a few times. And now our exit is lowering. While that's happening, you can parkour into there to grab that, to grab the ammo that was in there. I may as well, because I don't have a full stack of. So there, you see, you can hop in here. There is some stuff to pick up. So just all part of that kind of, you know, make it any ammo that's on the map should be accessible, kind of in philosophy. And yeah, not quite done with monsters. There are still one or two to come. Though they're not a, they're deliberately not a particularly terrible one. You've had plenty to deal with already, frankly. Okay, and that is the end of the map. There is the exit. This will just take the lift back down again so you can explore, try to get secrets and the like. So, you know, like that. Now I have to wait, obviously, a long time. Do laps around the tunnel while we're waiting. But that is map 7 of Spectrum. Next time, the final encounter, Mastermind. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you, or speak to you, for the next one. Thanks very much for watching.